Most definitely. For my previous games that we lost, were most of them were close. So just to finish that game out, with a close win, it was big. So now we know how to move forward. With those tighter games and just being able to lock in toward the end of the game.
How much maybe, I know you weren't in the same situation, but how much maybe did uh, Thursday's game against Tulane being close down the stretch maybe kind of help you guys in this one?
Tulane was one of I think our first game that we won. That was a close game, so we just took that as okay. We've been in here, been in this situation before. Let's just try to find a way to win it. There's still a lot of time on the clock, so we were just trying to play to the buzzer, and just make anything happen. Honestly.
They had free throws with almost 5 seconds left and called a timeout after the first one. Were you guys surprised that he came out and made the second one, knowing that if he missed, you guys could get the ball back and maybe run it out?
Most definitely, but at the end of the day, we knew that we had to knock down free throws towards the end, and we did it. So
Yeah, I
it was big.
kept reminding us just to box out, and if they do make it, just be ready to make free throws.
Hmm.
Because we gonna need them. Definitely gonna need them.
Zurich, I guess what's been the difference? Free throws were a little bit of a struggle for you last year,
Yeah, man.
but this year it really hasn't been. What's been the biggest part of that kind of turnaround for you?
Um, just that was one of my main focuses this summer. And I did it. Tonight. So you know, just having that confidence, stepping up and making those was a big thing for me, and you know, doing better than last year. So.
You all hit 4 of your last 6 3 pointers. Both of you had a key one very late, and that was after, as a team, you started out 2 for 18 from long range. How hard is it to not let that get in your heads and still have the confidence to keep shooting from long range?
Um, we got a lot of good shooters on our team, so we keep telling everybody, got an open look, take it. We're not mad, so we're gonna play defense to try to get those stops back and get those same opportunities on the offensive end. So it was just us as a group just trying to make everybody stay together. Not hold your head down if you miss a shot. It's all right. We're gonna get it back. Guys that want an offensive rebound, so opportunities there.
Yours late in the game, you did sort of a double clutch, and I don't know if you got bumped on the way up. Did you think that was going in when it left your hand?
Honestly, yeah, it felt good coming off. Like all my shots that I shot tonight felt like they were good coming off. So, and the guys were telling me, "Don't you good, bro? We know you can shoot. Just keep shooting with confidence." So, they trusted in me, and I came through.
Defensively, how frustrating is it when you feel like you're playing really good defense and they just keep making shots, and then with that, was it just continuing what you were doing and knowing that at some point the defense was going to come through, or did you change anything up that kind of forced some misses on there?
Um, yeah, we changed some things up, but towards the end of the game, we knew that we just had to fight and just get stops. They were running some really good offense. UAB is a really good team, really good coach. So we were gonna have those dips and those moments, but we fought today, and it was a really good win.
Your coach has talked all year about Sam Williamson doing more than just scoring, and it seemed like tonight he did some of everything.
Man.
Rebounds, big steals. He seemed more vocal than usual. I don't know, letting out some screams. What did you all think of his performance tonight?
I loved it. We need more of that. Like every game, if we could do that every game, we need that every game. That everybody feeds off that type of energy. So when you see Sam's playing like that at that type of high level, it just shows that we got a lot of guys that want to compete and play. So,
For sure.
yeah.
How big? This was kind of the first game in a stretch here that you guys are playing some teams that there's not much between you guys in the standings and everything. Just how big is getting kind of the first of that stretch as you go into going down to Rice that's won a couple big games, get UNC back here, and kind of the list goes on.
Man, this is a tough conference. Um, every team in here is good, and we just gotta lock in and trust our defense. Our defense is our biggest thing right now. As you seen today, just getting stops. Even if we missing shots, our defense is gonna hold the end of the bargain. So I think just locking in on that defensive end is a big thing for us.
concerned were you all about their size advantage in the front court?
Not at all. Not at all. Keon and Tyreek, those dudes are fighters.
Yeah.
You should see him in practice. So we had no problem with the bigs. We had no problem at all. So
There was a point in the game where I felt like their big was kind of getting a lot of the easy touches down low. So I was just trying to tell Reek, match his energy. He playing with that aggression. You play on that aggression on defensive end. Try to get some stops because, like, I didn't like how the effort at first when Reek first came in and was playing. So I just tried to tell him to turn it up a little bit and level so he can level everything up.
sure.
Back-to-back games with single-digit turnovers. Just how, obviously that's something I know Coach preaches a lot, but how have you guys kind of been able to maybe take care of the ball a little better, make some better decisions the last couple games and some big games?
I feel like as a team we're just being more composed, in these situations, not letting what the defense throw at us frustrate us or confuse us a little bit. Just play at our pace. We like playing with each other. We all got a good feel for each other. So it's one of the reasons why we didn't turn the ball over that much.
For sure.
Particularly proud of the outcome of this game because of the level of resolve that we needed to show in order to get the win. And quite honestly, even when they went up by, I think, 12 or 13, I still had a level of confidence based on the energy I was getting from our guys, the level of communication and focus and their understanding of how long the game is. And there wasn't that sense of panic that I was trying to talk them out of. We were just talking about what needed to happen on the court, and obviously made some defensive stops late in the game, and the pressure helped us a little bit. And then the three by Zhuric, he had been shooting the ball really well. I think I told you guys last game that he'd been shooting it well in practice. And he sat down and shot the ball with great confidence to tie the game. Then obviously a big shot by Ricardo, and then some big free throws late by Zhuric, and just all of that, and the fact that at the end of the game, with 4:31, I called the timeout, and I still had two more plus the media under four. And we made a decision that the group that kind of got the run going, we were going to leave that group on the floor. And it meant some other guys weren't going to play the rest of the game. And they were so energized on the bench. It really was encouraging for me about, I think we're connected, but in those moments you find out. And I saw that at the end of the game that we have a group that is really connected. It was good that we found a way to win.
Ever since you've been at SMU, you've talked about the steps in the growth and maturation of your team. Did you need a win like this where you had a lead, watched it slip away, fell behind, and then able to fall back in? Did you guys need this style of victory?
Yeah, you know what? I think all the experiences you have are good for you, and this one in particular because these are the games that have gotten away from us for most of the season. And we've been in close games every game. So for what we want to accomplish, we do know that you're going to be in some games that you're going to have to find a way to win. And tonight was one of those, and so certainly it's good for us.
Did you guys change? It seemed like they were getting off some tough shots and getting them to fall. Did you guys change anything defensively in the second half of the second half, or was it just kind of?
I think we started to play some defense at the latter part of the second half. 24, Johnson, he kept getting free off a little action that they were running. They run great stuff. Obviously Andy does a terrific job, and we were getting a little mixed up in our coverages, and we didn't have much margin for error because they were taking advantage of those mistakes, and those mistakes were minimized late in the game. We kind of tightened up some of that stuff.
Ricardo said that even after your guys struggled from three-point range early on, he said a couple of his teammates kept patting him on the back or saying, keep shooting, keep shooting.
Yeah.
Did you have the same confidence after your guys went 2 for 18 or something?
For sure. I mean, if they're taking good shots, yes. I don't know about the double clutch three I didn't draw that one up, but Ricardo's a shot maker, and he's got a proven track record. This is not like a hot streak he's going through. He's been doing this this is year 4 now. He's always done that. Same thing with Chuck. Um, so I want guys to take good shots and shoot them with confidence. And if we don't make those, then it is what it is. We can still try to find another way to win, but we're not going to tell these guys not to shoot the ball with confidence.
Ricardo said when that double clutch three left his hand, he still liked it and felt pretty good. Were you guys confident when you saw that one go up?
I was hoping. And if it felt good for him, then it felt good for me. But I do, honestly, when Ricardo shoots the ball, I do expect it to go in, and so I wasn't surprised. And I feel like there's some. I do believe in the basketball gods, and we've been in these situations so much. These guys really stay connected. I know that had he not made that shot and we didn't find a way to win, that we would have come back in here tomorrow, studied it, got better, and then we would have approached the next game with the appropriate level of energy. So that being said, these guys are in it. They're in it, and when you're really in it, you're going to make your own breaks. And I thought that's what happened tonight.
How gratifying is it as a coach when you sat in here and you talked about Zhuric's free throws, Sam's offense coming around,
Yeah.
Ricardo kind of buying in and being able to play final minutes, and that's kind of the last couple games and some big games, some now close games.
Yeah.
That's come together for you guys.
Yeah, it's a credit to those guys. I think we got a great staff. I think we're consistent in our messaging. We try to coach them with love, but they gotta want it. It don't matter what you do, what you say. If they're not really bought into it and they don't want to do it, you're not going to get it done. And so I give those guys a lot of credit. Ricardo in this day and age could have just had one foot out the door and just powdered his way through the rest of the year and then transferred. And instead, he's stepping into it right now as a competitor, right? And the game is slowing down for him, and he's getting better as a competitor, right? Man, the same thing with Sam. He's getting lost in the game right now and just playing as a competitor and not worried about anything outside of that. And that's a credit to those guys' maturity and commitment to one another. And so I'm proud of those guys for those things you're saying.
You've always been a coach that prioritizes defense, and while we can talk about your guys hitting some threes late, your defense also clamped down on UAB's shooting. Was that them just cooling off, or did you do something different in the way you defended their guys on the perimeter?
Well, we tried a little bit harder. We communicated a little bit better, and we always talk about multiple efforts. And when you play against a really well-coached team with really good players, you're not just going to be able to just stop their first action or their first attempt at a play to get an advantage. It's going to require multiple efforts, and we weren't as good at that in the first part of the second half, middle part of the second half. But later in the game, we matched their concepts with our effort, and had some good fortune, and we got some rebounds. They're a great rebounding team, and we mitigated that some. And then even that last play that they ran, we wanted to foul, but they ran a little play. I hate it for Coach Evans because we've been practicing that play, and for Coach Evans had to sit there and watch that after seeing Valpo do it to him. And we've been joking about that because of that home run play. I don't know if you guys know about this, but I was like, this can't happen to me right now, as much as I've been joking with Coach Evans about it. But it was a really well executed play and a pretty good look, and it did look like it had a good chance to go in. So we're really fortunate it didn't drop.
Just a big kind of stretch of games. I know, this conference has proven everyone's big, but with going down the Rice when they've won a couple big games lately, you get UNC back here, FAU coming up, Memphis coming up. How big is winning games like the last two games, going not just getting wins, but kind of the way you've been able to go into that stretch?
It's conference play. I mean, you guys know it. There's no easy games, and anytime you get a big lead and blow somebody out, that's an aberration. That ain't happening in this league. And So we just gotta, focus on the next opponent. We'll clean this up in the morning and try to get better at some things that apply. But we're playing a totally different opponent than what we faced tonight, and so in a quick turnaround, we truly do have to take it one game at a time.